As life returned to something that resembled normal, summer events that were canceled last year were back on the calendar. We'll show you some highlights as we head into fall.
I'm Kurt Friesen.
And I'm Tracy Benarchek. We're the hosts of Lake Area Beat. So what's been happening in your world, Kurt?
It's been busy. We've been getting back to some public events. We had Market Fest, and we're trying to get out and about in the community again, back to our normal state. We've had some unique training opportunities that we've taken advantage of. So it's been good to get back out.
I was going to say, I've seen you guys in training.
Yes.
A lot of training, especially down at Station 2.
Yes.
Right?
Yep. Absolutely.
That's good. Market Fest was back on this summer, and fire and police got together for Public Safety Night to make community connections.
It turns out the public had a lot to say about the fire and police departments.
We're at Public Safety Night at Market Fest in downtown White Bear Lake, explaining to people the benefits of stenciling in paint onto your catalytic converters to help cut down on thefts. They've been really bad this past year, and this helps the junkyards identify which catalytic converters are stolen so they can not accept them and call the police.
I'm a catalytic converter.
Yeah.
I had mine stolen last week.
Really? Well, you want to know something you can do to prevent that?
I said thank you for their help in the community, because they don't get enough recognition, whether it be them or the blue. You know, you got to support our community, and to do that you have to support the people that are supporting us. If you don't have the police and you don't have the fire department, you will run into a lot of issues and you'll never be saved. So you have to respect the blue and the red.
One. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, this is the newest member of the fleet. We get a lot of support from the community here, which is awesome. It really helps us, love what we do even more. So we appreciate it.
Yeah, I think it's very important to share things like that, share appreciation. Especially these days, they don't hear it as often as they should, and that's sad because they sacrifice so much so that we can do things like this. So thank you.
Sad. It's a sober reminder to be mindful when you're on the road and appreciate what you have. So
This is it's just important to educate people the dangers of drinking and driving. So this is a tool, just a good visual that people can see what happens if people make a poor mistake, a decision, and drive while they're impaired. This is what can happen and affect other people.
Two stickers, look at that. Nice, I like it.
Stuff like this does help. It makes you feel appreciated. It lets you know that there are still a lot of people out there that do support law enforcement. And it is nice to hear it, like I said, as many times as you do hear it. Even me as a CSO, it's still just nice to hear, and it's uplifting for sure.
we need you more than ever.
Thank you all.
It was actually really great. We had so many people coming up to us and asking us questions, talking to us. They were so friendly. How about for you guys?
Yeah, we had a lot of people coming up to us, asking questions, telling how much they appreciate us. We were able to get our new ladder out to showcase that piece.
Yep.
We did our extrication demo, which went really well.
Yep.
It went quick, but it went well, which just shows, the training is paying off. Our crews are really competent, and everyone enjoyed seeing that and enjoyed talking with the crews.
And the State Patrol was there with an impactful crash from a DWI, so that was nice of them to join us. So yeah, it was a good night
Yeah,
to get back out and meet people.
it's always a fun night.
Yes. If our next story had a theme song, the Talking Heads sang it best, burning down the house, and boy did it burn.
Take a look.
This is where we practice the basics before it's the real deal and it's 3 in the morning and you're tired and you can't sleep.
Have fun.
It's kind of nice when it's actually inside a house and more realistic.
Do you ever get nervous?
I'd say more excited. I mean,
Yeah.
There's always that a little rush when you go in.
Nice and hot. Dirty. Lots of dirt. Lots of insulation coming out.
Warm in there, and all the stuff is heavy, but it's a lot of fun. There's not a whole lot of women here today, so it's fun to be out here.
Not terrible. It's all above us, but it's a mess.
That was a really good training opportunity. Get the crews into some live fire situations. They all did really well. We've had a couple of these opportunities here in the last couple months, so we're really getting the crews honed in on their skills, and it's been good and well received.
I think one of them, there was a Facebook Live video that I was watching. I think it was a citizen that
Yeah.
just kind of came upon it and started, and I was like, oh wait, I know those people.
Yeah. We do have a lot of people from the neighborhoods because we give them notice, so they do come out to watch and see how we operate, and a lot of photos, a lot of videos.
It's kind of fun for them to see when there's not a tragedy, when it's
Exactly.
a training opportunity.
If someone's not losing, their personal belongings and home, it's a training opportunity, and they can take the time to see what's going on. So
Yeah.
we try to explain it to everyone as we're doing it, so they're educated on it, and it's a lot of fun, and it's really quality training.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
We're going to take a break, but coming up,
After a year off, neighbors gather again, and they share with us how things have changed.
As mayor of White Bear Lake, I want to ensure that everyone in our community feels welcomed and included. This means different things to different people. White Bear Lake is a community of 25,000 people, each with their own story.
Some have lived in White Bear Lake their entire lives, and perhaps are second or third generation White Bear Lake residents.
Others have moved here recently, some from within the metro area, and others from greater Minnesota, another state, or another country.
As we reflect on our evolving community identity, we must step back and listen to each other's stories, experiences, and perspectives.
Critical to this work is ensuring that all residents are invited and feel welcome to this conversation.
How do we know if we are welcoming and inclusive, or that people feel like they are part of the community fabric?
We need to start by simply asking.
To that end, we are hosting a series of one-hour community conversations that can be attended online to discuss what makes a community feel welcoming.
We want to hear from a variety of voices and learn from a diversity of experiences and backgrounds.
Using the feedback to these questions, we'll put together a written narrative that summarizes these conversations and takeaways for our mayor and city council.
The narrative will also include recommendations for the next steps.
This initiative is one step in an ongoing process of reflection and growth. Please join the conversation. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Gracias.
Ocho.
Night to Unite is an annual event that allows public safety and neighbors to get to know each other under relaxed conditions. But like so many other events, it was canceled last year.
As producer Mary Klein discovered in our next story, people were making up for lost time.
If you remain in one place for an extended period of time,
It's changed over a lot. Yeah, it's starting to change now.
you're bound to witness change.
We've had a lot of turnover in the neighborhood to younger families.
And after more than 35 years in this house, Jill Becker says she and her husband Brian are no longer the new kids on the block.
My husband and I are the old couple on the block. When we moved in, we were the kids. And yeah.
Brian and Jill aren't alone. Neighbors Bob and Cindy recognize the transformation too.
And we've been coming for years. It's just now we're the elders. There's a lot more young people in the neighborhood with families, and it's just great. It's great to see.
Yeah.
But during this year's Night to Unite, longtime residents in this White Bear Lake neighborhood were more than happy to welcome the new kids, many meeting for the very first time.
We found out that this was going on, and it was exciting because we've seen a couple of people, you know, walking around, and we've met people right next to us, but to have just sort of the whole block together is really an efficient way to meet everybody.
The Beckers have been hosting Night to Unite for years until last, when parties were called off because of COVID. This year, things seem to return to normal, including the constant components, including food and first responders, children excited as ever to welcome them to their street. White Bear Lake Police and Fire, with a reputation for being community friendly, were also anxious to get out and talk with residents. So many community get-togethers having been canceled over the past 15 months.
The neighborhood is very eager to get back out and be normal again, and it's fun to see people. I know the owner of this house, I've known her for years, and it's nice to come back out and visit people that you know, and people are smiling again, and we're standing kind of close to each other, and it's kind of fun. So yeah, I think it means a lot to our community and to our city.
For the Beckers, who've seen many people come and go, the neighborhood has come full circle in a way, saying goodbye to their longtime next-door neighbors, the Deckers. Yes, the Beckers and the Deckers, only to have one of them return.
Their son bought the house, though, so we're still the Deckers and the Beckers. We moved in. Mitch, who now owns the house, was driving a big wheel on a motorcycle helmet. And now he's holding his brand new baby now. So.
Mitch Decker, now with a family of his own, is right at home in the house he grew up, glad to be a part of long-standing traditions.
But having my neighbors growing up next to was very comfortable to have. I felt very at home. It was great. I've loved it ever since we've been here.
And though some of the folks expressed concern over how the Delta variant may impact future gatherings, for this night at least, they were focused on the present.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Good night, you guys.
Bye, buddy. See ya. Bye-bye.
Night to Unite was a good turnout this year, I think. There was high attendance, but less picnics.
Yeah, it was good for us. A lot of people were at the block parties all over our jurisdiction, so it was good to see everyone and get to talk to them. And
yes, just for fun, socializing,
Yep.
no pressure.
Absolutely.
Good time.
Yep.
Market Fest had high attendance this year, but sometimes people forget all the hard work that goes into setting it up.
We tagged along with the Public Works crew, who gets up early in the morning to make the night a success.
We'll go and let it catch up.
today we're setting up for Market Fest. That's the first thing out of the chute. We've been using the same system for many years, fine-tuned it over the years to get it so where we're at today, where I can hand the kids directions and they can go out and put everything down without any question.
Nice to see the city awake and slowly start moving.
The city's my playground, so I get to be outside, talk to the people all day, you know, wave, see new people, just keep the city clean and keep everything.
I spend more time with them than I do with my family, so they pretty much are family to me. That's how it feels.
This is the hard part. Yeah. This is the spelling part.
Have a good grip. So we work really well together. In the Parks Department, we have kind of a mixture of two veterans, myself and Jeremy.
This is the most fun part about the whole thing, is in the summer, be on the outside. Wind in the hair, great time.
And then we have 3 newer employees that are all within a year, just over a year of being in the department. But we all love being outdoors, we love being in the parks, we love the work that we do for the community to enjoy.
I don't think they realize what goes on behind the scenes, but I know that they're appreciative of it. When you're walking downtown, a lot of people will stop and say thank you and the town looks good. Sometimes they'll give you some feedback on what they think can be done, and sometimes we do take that feedback and try to work with it.
Hopefully everybody got a chance to get out to Market Fest this year. We're going to take a break, but stick around.
There's more Lake Area Beat coming up after the break.
Folks who take advantage of the opportunities provided by the White Bear Lake Police Department get a first-hand look at the realities of the job, and we rely on new recruits to lead the department into tomorrow.
Producer Mary Klein spent a summer night following 2 community service officers and a reserve to find out their thoughts on the future of policing.
This situation that this person in is probably one of the worst days in their life, and you realizing that as a CSO or an officer is huge in, you know, being successful every day. My first day on the job, I was getting trained with Officer Kill, he was a CSO here as well.
My first accident in White Bear here.
And it was our first shift, so it's the first time putting on, you know, a police uniform.
And my trainer was like, come on, we got a call, let's go, let's go. And I was like, okay.
We show up and the fire department's there, and this is the first hour of my shift.
A guy had lost control of his vehicle. He was under the influence and he ran his work truck or van of some sort into a tree.
And I run out and I'm getting oxygen for the fire department. We're running in and out of the house. I'm trying to help as much as I can.
I show up on this scene and there's fire departments, ambulance, all these police officers, state troopers, and I'm just like, wow, like I'm a part of this right now, like I can help in some sort of way.
We end up leaving there, clearing the call, and then we go straight from there where there's a domestic dispute at a gun store, and now we're flying down the road and now we have somebody at gunpoint.
As a reserve, you take any opportunity you're given to like get out there and get your hands on it.
And Joe looked at me and he said, "You ready to get into this field?" I'm like, "Well, I guess so." It's a pretty crazy first hour.
I would say that this is a good career opportunity or just a job opportunity because it helps you build more skills than just becoming an officer or that you would need for an officer. You can develop great interpersonal skills, talking to people. You can build confidence while being in this job because you're put on the spot, you're put in a position where people look highly upon you and you're put in stressful situations, so it helps you kind of adapt in many other ways than just for a specific career in the future. It helps you just grow as a person too.
If I was gonna go get a job at Walmart and they asked me, well, do you wanna work a few days and see if you like it before you take it? I would take that opportunity. And I know in skills, a lot of people that have no background in law enforcement, well, almost every agency is going to ask you whether or not you have volunteer experience or any law enforcement experience. And that separates you from the other candidates. And without it, I mean, you're going to have a hard time finding a job. So I'd say it's almost necessary, and it's very beneficial.
Well, I need to do that because what if I don't like this career? What if I go through 4 years of school, be post-certified, and then get a job and not like it? So that's when I applied to be a reserve here at White Bear Lake because I love White Bear Lake. And I would just encourage it for anyone especially going through school or very curious about the job and want to know insights about the job because there's a lot you don't know until you do it. And especially those going through school, it is a big game changer.
I will be applying here as some of the other CSOs will as well, since a few of us are in the position where we can start applying and some of us are post-certified, so we are able to become a licensed peace officer at that point in time. But it's a great department to work at, so I recommend it to everybody.
That's what I think White Bear's trying to do, and they do a very good job at it, is listening to the citizens' complaints and what they think need to be changed. And I think White Bear is a prime example of what community-oriented policing is. I walk down the street or I'm in my squad and I get high fives and I get waves and hey, thank you, for what you do. And not saying I deserve it, but in other communities I'm sure you're not getting that. But I think it's what they've done over the years and what they continue to do is why we receive that, that love from the community. So.
Everyone going there was just so excited. They're like, I'm gonna jump in the lake and all this good atmosphere and just no negativity and just I don't know, getting to be a part of it and just talk. I didn't feel like I was working it. And there was a DJ and we were dancing. So I love the community aspect of it. It's my favorite part of it.
I feel like if you get the opportunity, you should definitely take it if you're serious about being a police officer one day.
And we really appreciate the CSOs and reserves and all that they do to help us out. So thanks for doing the video piece too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, that's all the time we have for this month's show. We leave you with some scenes from Market Fest. Thanks for watching.
See you next time. who gets up early each morning to make night to it ran away on me.
It's all right. It's all right. You got distracted.
There was a horn.
There was a horn.
There was a horn at distracted.
And he got distracted. There's a little cutest little puppy ever.
Right.
Yeah.
Sorry. There's a bug. There's definitely a bug that flew into my forehead. Why does that bug you? Get it?
Off my eye. We're gonna take a break, but stick around.
There's more Lake Area Beat coming up after the break. I thought you had a lot more to say. Didn't you see the bird fly by? I was totally watching a bird fly by. We tagged along with the Public Works crew who gets up early in the morning to make the night a success. All right, I'm here. I'm going home.
You're done.
I'm going home now.
Mic drop.
Yeah, right?